Hey boys and girls, I'm going to go ahead and read another math read aloud to you. I don't believe we had a chance to read this in class yet. If you were a quadrilateral, I don't think we got to this at the beginning of the school year because this fits more with our geometry unit, which is scheduled more towards the end of the school year. We have talked a little bit about shapes, so it will kind of play in from what we've talked about this year, as well as what you've started learning about shapes and quadrilaterals ever since you were in 2nd and 3rd grade, okay? And once again, it's called If You Were a Quadrilateral, and any of these books that I read aloud to you, after you listen to the video recording, I believe you can go ahead and take a reading AR test if you have a goal that you're trying to reach for AR points for reading from Mrs. McGee. A quadrilateral is a flat, closed figure with 4 straight sides. If you were a quadrilateral. If you were a quadrilateral, you would make playtime lots of fun. What are you noticing? How are they using quadrilaterals in the illustrations to have lots of fun? If you were a quadrilateral, you would be a flat, closed figure with 4 sides. All of your sides would be straight. The animals love to paint. They love painting quadrilaterals most of all. Hey, maybe a challenge is for you to paint or draw some quadrilaterals and other shapes. Tell me about the characteristics and send me a picture. If you were a quadrilateral, you would be a polygon with 4 sides. Remember, we have talked about the word polygon. It's like a fancy word for a shape. A polygon is a closed figure with 3 or more straight sides. Mariana hangs her picture on the wall. She hopes she wins the Polygon Art Contest. First prize is a new set of paints. If you were a quadrilateral, you would have 4 angles. An angle is the measurement between 2 sides at a corner. This kind of ties into some of our questions we saw in the packet about different types of angles, such as right angles, obtuse angles, acute angles. And we'll be talking more about that later this year. The bases are loaded. The terrific toucans need one more run to win. Louise gets ready to swing. If you were a quadrilateral, you could be a rectangle. Each pair of opposite sides would be the same length, and they're actually parallel to each other. All of your angles would be the same size. A rectangle has 4 90-degree angles. Alice plays tennis with Anna. Neither one of them plays well, but they both have a blast. If you were a quadrilateral, you could be a square. Your sides would be all the same length. Your angles would be all the same size too. Bruna plays checkers with Lucas. So a square has 4 congruent sides and 4 congruent angles. They're all equal. They place all their pieces on the black squares. If you were a quadrilateral, you could be a rhombus. Your sides would all be the same length. Each pair of opposite angles would be the same. A square is a type of rhombus, but rhombuses can take many shapes. Pedro's band practices every day. They're called the Rowdy Rhombuses. One day, the Rowdy Rhombuses will be famous. If you were a quadrilateral, you could be part of a special family called the parallelograms. Each pair of opposite sides would be the same length. The opposite sides, or parallel sides, would also never touch or cross each other. They would be parallel. Squares, rectangles, and rhombuses are all types of parallelograms. Camilla and her family work out at the gym. They stretch, lift weights, and tumble on mats shaped like parallelograms. Don't worry, boys and girls. I know you guys were such good role models and gave me such good advice for Miss Severe to try to eat healthy, to stay in shape, to exercise during Daily Mile and other times. And I have been doing pretty good with it at home. I hope you are too. If you are a quadrilateral, you could be a trapezoid. Only two of your sides would be parallel to one another. Everyone grabs a kite and races up the hill. Last one up is a rotten egg. You could fly high in the sky if you were a quadrilateral. And the last couple pages of this book gives you some information about if you wanted to draw some quadrilaterals, supplies that you may need, and what you could do. So I'll kind of show it to you. It says, give each person a sheet of paper and a pen or a pencil. Timing, I don't think I can read this. Timing yourselves for 1 minute, look around the room and draw as many quadrilaterals as you can find. Award 1 point for each parallelogram. Award 5 points for each quadrilateral that is not a parallelogram. Who got the highest score? That's a cool thing that you guys could do together as a family while we're in quarantine. And then if you ever have a chance to look at this book, you're more than welcome to borrow it when we get back in class. It has an awesome glossary with the different vocabulary words, the types of shapes that we've talked about, what their meanings are, some other books and websites we could go to, and different things like that, okay? So I hope you have a chance to listen to the story. I know Miss McGee would love for you to earn some AR points if you get a chance to take that. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.